guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be learning in Blender about the editing mode. But why would we use the editing mode? Well, with editing mode we can make any sort of shape. For example, this pyramid, the square. And what tool you may be asking that we'll be discovering in the editing mode? Well, one of them is, for example, as you can see here on the square. It's not completely pointed, but imagine it was completely pointed. It's very pointed here, right? These small sides. Well, with the bevel tool that is in the editing mode, we can make these small rough sides smoother with the bevel tool, as you can see on this pyramid. So let's jump right into it. So now that we got in the Blender project, let's get right started. So we could do this two ways to go in the editing mode. We can either go here and click modeling, where we have all of our other ways of doing things that we will not learn today. But I think that today we will only use the shortcut. So the shortcut for that will be tab. If you click tab, then we go in edit mode. So after with this edit mode, you see there are three pop-ups here. There's the dot select mode, line select mode, and face select mode. This is not called a dot. It's not called a dot. But what we call it is a vertice. One vertex, two vertices. 0 vertices. One vertex, two vertices, three vertices, etc. And after here we could select 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we could after move them, do whatever you want. And then here, for example, we got a nice shape icon, I guess. After we have line select mode, is it what called? Let's see. Edge. It's called the edge select mode. After we choose edge, you can move stuff. And for example, we could select two vertices, and after if we hold shift and click another one, then we can select multiple. If we want to just do this and that, this and this, then it wouldn't work. So that. And after here, you can see two vertices make a line. And after 4 vertices make a phase. Not always, but in our case. And after we also have 4 lines makes a phase. Great, now that we have that in mind, let's start going in our tools. We have, so again, I'm not going to be talking about the when we like hold. I'm not going to be talking about these extra thingies. I'm just going to talk about the default ones, because I haven't even used the other thingies. Never. Our first on our list is the extrude. So now we can use the extrude, and then we can go in or out, and then we have like a nice hole here. And after we can do that with the same thing with the lines. Then we have this. Then we can also use the vertices. Bam, boom. Great. Now let's go to our next tool. And one more thing to keep in mind: if you have the whole X-ray mode and wireframe mode, that means you can select through the object. Then after here, it's just going to make a duplicate of it if you have that. So yeah, don't select the whole face, because unless you want to make a duplicate of itself. For example, if I copy, C, and then you can hold, and you can select some objects. And then right click to delete, to undo that. Sorry, right click to remove the multi, like this, what should I call that? This the multi select thingy. Then next on the list is the insert phase. Here, if we select that whole object, then we have this spot. Then we can use that, and after we can extrude. Then we have a nice object here. And after, we can also use with, I don't think we use, I never tried with edges. With edges, they don't work. But this tool is used for faces. So let's go to face select mode and let's use it. So it might not be very visible what we're doing right now, but I'll just show an example by making a quick project. Extrude. So we made something here, right? So you see what that tool was doing? It was going in. So from that circle, you go from in and out, and then after you can select face. Like you can make, you can have more geometry, and you can select more thingies. And after, you're also adding some geometry. And after, we can do the insert, the extrude. And then look, we made a small box. Next on the list is the bevel. The opposite, in some way, of that tool. For example, here we made a pyramid, a tiny pyramid. So we use the bevel mainly with the edges. And after, it makes like a smoother thing. And you see, it makes something smoother, if you see here. And after, each time when we use an editing tool, like extrude, after, we have this tiny pop-up that comes. If we click somewhere else, then it will go away. So now, with the bevel we've used, after, you can also use the bevel tool, other things, many other things. Like, for example, like, we made some weird thingy here. We made something weird again. Yeah. So we can make smoother edges with it. And, for example, a good way of using it, and again, you also have these, when you hover over these these tools, you see the shortcuts. And also, you can, like I said in the first video of the Blender tutorials, we can drag this and we see all the names. So next, we have the loop cut. So we use the loop cut to cut our objects in different ways. Like, we cut our object and we added geometry if we use the vertice mode. And after, here we can see we added more geometry that we can work with when we have complicated shapes and we want to make a perfect smooth detail. After, we have the knife. The knife is the tool that people use to, and again, here you can click these things to get specific axes. Okay, so yeah. So now yeah, great. So now we have the knife tool. We can use it to cut specific things. So you just click, 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 click. Then here, when you're done, just click right click and click enter. Then you made a new piece of geometry. It's like the loop cut, but more specific and more flexible. So after this piece of geometry, we use the extrude. You see, we made a small hole. Nice. That's what the knife tool does. Then we have the poly build. I never use the poly build. I don't know what's the poly build. I never learned about the poly build, and I don't know what the poly build is used for. I actually have no clue. But it's something, okay? Okay. Now we have the spin. Again, no clue what this spinny thing does. But it's something. I never used it. I don't know what it is. This smoothie thing, I don't know what it is, but it's smooth, I guess. I don't know what it is. You have edge slide. Again, no clue what it does. The edge slide. I don't know. It seems like some sort of bevel. And shrink flatten. It's like the pro build. I don't know what it does. After you have the shear. Never used this in my life. Don't know what it's used for. I don't know. Rip region. I used this once. I don't know what it does. It does something. So here we use the most. So yeah, in this video we learned the most important things in the editing mode, the basics, and with that you can make many things, chests, so many other things. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video, and yeah, I'll see you next one.